Welcome, intrepid seekers of the unknown, and greetings to those who have returned to delve deeper into the enigmatic realm. Step into the mystic domain of our Cryptic Hunters YouTube page, where curiosity reigns and secrets await. Pull up a stump, dear viewers, for an extraordinary adventure awaits you. Relax, for I shall guide you through the labyrinthine corridors of ancient legends, uncharted territories, and the veiled mysteries that lie just beyond our grasp. Embark upon this captivating journey with me and allow the seductive tales and mind-bending puzzles to transport you to the furthest reaches of your imagination. Embrace the anticipation, for together we shall unravel the tapestry of enigmas that dance in the shadows. Sit back, my friends, and prepare to be mesmerized by the intriguing content that awaits you. It is the story of a unicorn. Not the fairy tale creatures painted in children's books, but something far older, far more powerful, and far more real. Deep within a valley untouched by time, surrounded by towering firs and moss-laden oaks, lay a secret. A spring of crystal clear water that never froze in winter, never dried in summer. A spring of life. And guarding that spring was Celoria, the unicorn. Her coat shimmered like moonlight on still water, her mane flowing like the river in spring, and her horn, spiraled crystal, glowing faintly as though it trapped the light of the stars themselves. Those who stumbled upon her, few as they were, spoke of miracles. Wounds knitting closed before their eyes, fevers breaking, weary souls finding rest simply by standing near her presence. She was not a beast to be owned, nor a trophy to be mounted. She was a guardian, the heart of the valley, but as with most legends, the light attracts the dark. One harsh winter, the people of a nearby village faced hunger, crops failed, the rivers froze, and in desperation, men turned not to their neighbors, but to greed. A band of hunters, cruel and ambitious, heard whispers of Celoria. They believed her horn could bring wealth, power, even immortality. And so they set out, bows strung, arrows tipped with steel, hearts hardened by hunger and avarice. Days they tracked her through the frost-bitten forest, following hoof prints that vanished into snow, glimpses of silver mane caught between trees, until finally they found her. At the spring, the air was still, not a bird sang, not a branch creaked. The hunters crept closer, drawing their bows. Celoria raised her head. Her horn glimmered faintly in the pale winter light. Then it happened. A pulse of brilliance surged from her horn, soft yet blinding. The earth trembled. Snow melted into rushing streams at their feet. Branches bent low, as though the forest itself bowed to her will. And the hunters, they could not move. Roots of shadow and light coiled around their legs, freezing them in place. Their greed was stripped bare, their fear laid open. Celoria gazed at them, eyes deep as night skies, and in that gaze was no rage, only sorrow. Their weapons slipped from their hands. They turned and fled, stumbling into the darkness, never daring to return. The spring shimmered. The unicorn lowered her head to drink, and the forest was silent once more. From that night forward, Celoria was rarely seen. Some believed she vanished into the heavens. Others claimed she still wandered the valley unseen, her magic cloaking her from greedy eyes. But the spring never ceased to flow. Its waters still ran clear, sweet, and unending. And now and then, villagers whispered of catching her reflection in its surface, a fleeting glimpse of silver mane, or the glow of her horn in the moonlight. Proof she was still there, still watching, still guarding. To this day, travelers tell of stumbling upon that spring in moments of great need, lost hunters finding their way home, the sick finding sudden relief, the weary feeling peace wash over them. Celoria, they say, still answers when hearts are pure. They say once, in a distant mountain pass, a unicorn appeared only under a red moon. Its coat was black as ink, its horn a jagged shard that glowed crimson. Unlike the gentle unicorns of healing, this one was said to come when blood was spilled unjustly. Warriors who fell to treachery, hunters slain by greed, all were avenged by the blood moon unicorn. Eyewitnesses described hoof prints that burned into stone, trees snapping as if crushed by invisible weight, and a horn that could pierce not only flesh but spirit. No hunter ever succeeded in trapping it, for the beast seemed to vanish at dawn. Even now, some say, on the night of an eclipse, if the air grows still and red light floods the valley, you may hear hooves striking stone, justice riding the wind. There was once a village cursed with endless drought. Crops withered, rivers ran dry, and people despaired. But one child followed a dream that led them deep into the woods. There, beside a cracked riverbed, stood a unicorn with a mane that flowed like liquid silver. The child wept, and the unicorn lowered its head. From its horn fell a single tear, shining, silver, pure. When it touched the earth, water burst forth, filling the river again. The child carried more of those tears back to the village, saving their people. But there was a cost. The unicorn gave its last strength to the gift and vanished forever. To this day, villagers claim the river glows faintly silver under moonlight, reminding them of the sacrifice of the unicorn who gave everything for them. Travelers lost in deep forests often speak of a soft glow between the trees. Those who follow it find themselves guided to safety, whether out of the woods, across treacherous cliffs, or through dark caves. Some swear the glow comes from a unicorn walking silently, never leaving more than a fleeting hoof print in the mud. But here's the twist. The unicorn never shows itself directly. You only see glimpses, shadows moving, light reflecting on water, a white mane vanishing into the fog. Those who try to chase it never catch it. Those who follow humbly with gratitude always survive. It's said the wanderer's unicorn appears only to those who are humble at heart. To the arrogant, it is nothing but an illusion that leads them deeper into danger. Not all unicorns shine with light. There is a legend of the shadow horn, a creature with a horn black as obsidian and eyes glowing faintly blue. Unlike its kin, it did not heal, it punished. It was said to appear in villages where betrayal festered, greedy lords, false priests, broken oaths. The shadow horn would walk silently through the streets, and by morning the guilty would be gone. No blood, no trace, only hoof prints burned into stone. Some believe it still roams, watching from the edges of firelight, waiting for oaths broken in the dark. In the far north, there is a lake so still it mirrors the sky perfectly. Fishermen once told of seeing a white unicorn stepping onto its surface, walking across the water as though it were solid ground. The creature would vanish into mist, leaving ripples that never seemed to end. They believed the unicorn was a guardian of those lost to the depths, souls of drowned sailors who could not find their way. Even now, travelers say when fog curls over the lake, you might see glowing ripples far from shore, as if hooves are treading where no living beast could stand. During an ancient wildfire, when flames devoured forests and smoke turned the skies red, survivors swore they saw a unicorn emerge from the fire itself. Its coat was gray as ash, its mane like smoldering embers. It did not flee the blaze. It walked through it unharmed. Wherever it stepped, fire burned away, leaving a path of green behind. After the fire died, the unicorn vanished, leaving only charred hoofprints in the soil. Some believe the ashen unicorn comes only when destruction nears, to heal the land when all hope is lost. There is a field in the highlands where no birds sing, no insects buzz, and no footsteps echo. Legends say this meadow was once the grazing place of unicorns. One still lingers, an ancient mare whose horn is cracked, but still glimmers faintly in the moonlight. Travelers who wander there at night sometimes see her grazing among ghostly wildflowers that bloom only under starlight. She does not approach, nor flee. She simply looks, as if remembering. Then she fades with the dawn. The silent meadow is said to be a place between worlds, where unicorns linger after death, waiting for the last dreamer who still believes. Children in small villages sometimes tell of dreams where a unicorn visits them, soft eyes, a mane like silver smoke, and a horn that hums with light. In these dreams, the unicorn whispers secrets, showing them paths, futures, or warnings. Many awaken with answers they never should have known. Parents dismiss it as fantasy, until years later, the children's visions come true. Some say this unicorn does not walk the waking world at all. It lives only in dreams, guiding those who will one day face choices that change entire lives. Long ago, a hunter's arrow struck a unicorn in the forest. The creature fled, leaving behind not its body, but a single fragment of its horn. The hunter took it, thinking he had won a great prize. He polished it, mounted it, and showed it proudly to all who would listen. But from that night on, strange things began to happen. His crops withered, his animals grew restless, and at night he heard hooves circling his home, though no tracks marked the earth. Sleep fled from him, and soon so did his family. One evening, he awoke to find the fragment gone. In its place were hoof prints burned into the floorboards, circling his bed. They led out into the night. Terrified, he followed them, and was never seen again. Now, travelers whisper that somewhere in the forest roams a unicorn with a horn cracked down the middle. Its light dim, its sorrow endless. It does not heal, it does not guide. It only seeks the missing piece of itself. And if it finds you holding what is not yours, it will take far more than the horn back. As our time together draws to a close, fellow seekers, we extend our deepest gratitude for joining us on this captivating expedition into the realms of the cryptic. We hope these tales and puzzles have ignited a flame of curiosity within your very being, leaving you yearning for more. Remember, the enigmatic path never truly ends, as there are always new secrets waiting to be unraveled. So, until our paths intertwine once again, may your days be filled with a sense of wonder and adventure. Also, please subscribe, like, and follow if you have enjoyed this content. Farewell for now, dear viewers, and may your journeys through the cryptic cosmos be forever filled with awe-inspiring discoveries. Safe travels, and may the enigma forever be at your side.